welcome back to the Common Sense Experience featured only on the Black Podcasters Network. Happy motherfucking Fridays. I'm your host, Chuck, here with my brothers, Amir, PG-13, and Hove. What's going on, fellas?
Mic check, 1, 2, what is this? What's goody?
Politics as usual.
Wakanda.
Forever.
So,
Nelson Mandela. Let's get it, man. I'm a freedom fighter. Come on, man. Dalai Lama's
gonna give me some white dots.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
I know we definitely gonna get into it, man. So y'all listened to this on March the 2nd, but I actually saw it this morning. I was supposed to go see it last night, but I saw it this morning. That shit is potent, man. That's like I can't put that shit on. That shit was extremely.
Hold on, B. We gonna get into it though, Chuck.
We gonna get into it. We gonna get into it.
We got a lot of things to say.
Chuck fresh off the movie. Chuck fresh off from seeing the movie though, so he it's in the spirit right now. Chuck really almost dropped a thug tier. A thug tier.
I think our guest is dialed in. Let me see. Majai, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, shit.
Brother.
Listen, man. Let me introduce this brother, man. I go back since 1991. He moved on the street in 1992 here, L Block, baby, Leonard Street. Part of the famous Sultan clan here in Buffalo, New York, man. Y'all know him out there. Some of y'all call him Moo. You know what I mean? So have other nicknames for him though. But the one and only man, Majai Sultan. What's up, bro?
What's going on with you, man? I'm what they call OG around here.
Tech graduate. What's good, man?
It's Majai. I don't fuck the name of it. It's Majai.
Just Jahi now.
Jahi. Okay.
Who the fuck is you?
Just Jahi now.
But you know what's crazy though?
No. Listen.
That's a whole other episode.
You know what's crazy?
I want to respect somebody's transition, but I'm gonna let y'all know that like I said when I introduced him, 1991. So I do call him Majai, but y'all go ahead and when y'all see him, greet him as Jahi. So.
Yo, you know what's crazy? This is my first time hearing Majai's voice in since the 90s.
Yeah, how that felt?
Yeah,
yo, Chuck, man.
This is fucking crazy.
That's Sam right there, man. That's Sam, ain't it?
Shouts to Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard, man, that shit.
Chuck, it wasn't always this lovingly. Chuck was younger. He was a piece of work. Majai would test you, man.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Majai would test you, man. Majai would come out, at his house and I'm about to do some science and math on everybody, and everything was a goddamn Ishin-Roo fight with him mentally. Every day.
About to learn their temperaments.
Majai that's how he is.
I was preparing soldiers for a war that they didn't even know about. I was preparing soldiers. 2 scholar parents, though. Majai, though, he stayed on it. You know what I mean? Those principles he learned from karate, that's where we started at, Majai. That's what I said, 1998. You know what I mean? He took and really applied it to his life, though, man. Became something, man. Made something of himself. Proud of you, brother. But, we got a lot of work to do. All right, though, y'all. Pete? Chuck? Y'all know what y'all do when the show starts or whatever, though. You know what I'm saying, though? So, Pete, as always, start off. What the fuck is grinding again? What's on your mind, man? What the fuck is What you trying to do? What you trying to do?
We got a little echo. What's going on?
Yeah, I heard a woman talking to me. None of my friends are females. What's happening right now?
Yeah, we good now. Yeah, I'm in the drivers. I can see sometimes where the noise is coming from. So we good, and I'll just unmute him when when you finish that.
Hey, man. All right, peep it, man. I got a little grinding in the gear situation, personal situation, because I'm still in this 9-to-5 life temporarily, right? Only temporarily, man. You know, it ain't gonna last forever, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm not a cigarette smoker. So I got a fucking problem with like cigarette smokers taking as many breaks as they fucking want and have no problem with it. Like, you know, the standard break is 2 breaks and a lunch. That's for a nigga like me. But for a motherfucking cigarette smoker, they get 18 breaks and a lunch, followed by 18 more breaks because supposedly the nerves and, you know, they need to unwind and shit like that. Well, what about a nigga that's working in a white man's world? Don't he need to unwind? Don't that motherfucker need more than 2 breaks? So it's just like I noticed this shit, and rarely do I pay attention to my surroundings at work. Rarely, because I be in my own zone. But you know how you just notice some extraordinary shit? Like, why did this motherfucker keep going outside? This motherfucker was just outside 10 minutes ago. You know what I mean? Then I went to go get the information of why this motherfucker kept going outside. Oh, well, the manager has changed the brakes to, you know, the smokers can basically, if they feel the need to just walk away from their desk, they can just go and take a break and, you know, just let loose. I'm like, are you fucking serious? For real? So, cause she got an itch, so she got an addiction, a habit. This bitch gets to go ahead and just do whatever. I mean, shit, I got a habit too, but I don't handle that shit till after work, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? So I had a real problem, man. Like, you know, because none of them is black, mind you. None of them is black. All this is these old white ladies that just can't fucking sit down and do their job without taking a smoke break. And that shit went from 2 times to whatever the fuck they want. And I'm like, I wonder if I was a smoker, would it be an issue? But even if I'm not a smoker, that shit shouldn't be an issue. I should be able to get up, take a fucking walk, take a fucking break, and come back to my job just like everybody else. Y'all enablers, man.
I should be able to clear my head, basically.
Right. That's just
that's all you do when you smoking. You clearing your head.
You clearing your head, and you know getting that nicotine high. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, man. Well, that was a gear grinder. They
want you to wild out at the job, so they want you to stay in that aggravated state, especially if you're a black man. So you got to deal with the pressures of the world and the job.
Man,
so you know what? Fuck it. We're all gonna go ahead, unite, and all start smoking cigarettes. We're all addicted.
Nah.
He's
not like my lungs. Nah.
Bro.
Nah.
No. When I say you don't have to go out there and actually smoke the damn cigarette, just act like it.
Oh,
we're all gonna take cigarette breaks.
But still,
I'm about to candy
that shit costs $10. Like cigarettes,
man.
I'm on some Newports, man. I gotta get some Newports, man. I got some OG shit, like I ain't cheap, like I ain't getting cynical nothing. I need some Newports.
Get a couple Lucy's and save your Lucy's. Fuck it.
You only gotta buy one box.
I'm buying Lucy's.
Yeah, I need 2 Lucy's, man, and them shit's gonna last the whole year.
I need 2 Lucy's, bro. Fuck it, this right behind the ear. As long as you work, let me tell you, working at a job, you gotta find ways within the rules to make it work for you. So fuck it. All right, if smoke breaks is able like that, I'm gonna save my Lucy's. I ain't gonna smoke. Just gonna burn it.
Yo, I'm about to start selling Lucy's for $150. I got Lucy's for $150.
Take as many breaks as you need, man. I mean, shit. If you're saying that's a thing, all right. If you say that I can't do it, then you're gonna have to say they can't do it. And if you say that they can't do it, oh no, it's gonna be a problem at the job.
Yep.
I got Lucy's for $150 though.
Saying I can't take my cigarette break? All right. That's cool.
Lucy.
I'm about to go. Shout out to my coworkers and tell them we can't smoke. Oh, it's just me?
$150.
Oh, you want to be racist? Now you can put a race card. Now you can put a race card. If they say that you can't smoke cigarettes. Just me? All right, cool. That's cool. All right, fair enough. And then you go, no. Get your own lawyer, own representation. Don't ever go to HR. HR's job is to go ahead and make sure that you don't go against the company.
Point taken, sir. Point taken.
Man.
That's what it is.
That's fact.
That's their job. Their job, if you have a high rate of people that's going against the company and winning, going through the company, that's bad for the company.
It's true.
And this is CVS. I say I don't give a fuck. And it's a major company. This is CVS.
Yeah.
The legal drug dealers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nigga.
The Pablo Escobars of the pharmaceutical company. The Pablo Escobars of the pharmaceutical companies.
You got to go outside the company if you want real representation.
This is true, Chuck.
If you want to actually win, yeah. Because, I mean, they might give you something, but it ain't. Let's say that if you broke, 100,000 is a lot.
Hell yeah.
So if they just give you that under the table, you don't go to them. You go to the lawyer. How much can I really get? Well, I can actually get billions? Oh, shit, they was trying to give me 100,000. Ooh. I'm just keeping it real out there for y'all, though. Think the company is for you. All right, good luck. Good luck. Company is for the company. And if the people are employed by the company, they're for the company, not you. You're a person. You are a black dude that lives on Fujiron.
Oh, Fujiron. Shout out to Mike.
You live on Naval. They fucking give a fuck about my friend. I live on Naval.
He's a Naval.
You live on Almond. You think they give a fuck about a nigga that live on Almond?
Oh, he's going to go back. He said
I don't know
Almond.
what people think, man. You still, well, listen, man. Like you said, man, listen, it is what it is, man.
Well, I don't know. Almond,
truth, man.
well, Almond is South Buffalo, so they may care a little bit.
No, if you're black on Almond, they don't give a shit about you.
This is true. That is very true.
I don't know what you think, but even Byron Brown can only give you so much of a pass. He's the mayor.
His house thing ain't on point. Yo, Byron be wildin'.
Oh, you know Byron Brown, good luck. We didn't vote for him.
Like Byron Brown was like a black Kool-Aid man.
Oh man, shout out to that nigga like California Raisin.
Grape or red? You want grape or you want red?
Between Teddy Pendergrass and the California Raisin. Byron Brown snitched on every situation.
He look like a disfigured
he told his mom
black
everything.
He said he told his mom. Oh shit, you crazy, man.
Oh man, listen, man. All right, man.
Byron Brown
need to say for that topic before I go. I'm so sorry, man.
Byron Brown edge up on child support.
Man, we love you, Byron Brown, man. You piece of shit. Listen, Chuck. You got anything you want to talk about, man? What's on your mind, man?
Yeah, mine. So actually, some of the topics that we're gonna cover on the show today were some of mine things that I wanted to talk about. But I put a post on Facebook yesterday, and I'm pretty sure we mentioned it before, where there was a video on YouTube where Dr. Sebi was talking about when he was working with Michael Jackson, and they were planning to open up healing centers around the world. And Dr. Sebi said in the video it was going to only cost like $10 to $20 a year for each individual person. He said he did the math and everything. He said it wasn't going to cost that much money to run the centers, because when you're dealing with herbs, they're not that expensive. Yeah. Right. And herbs they're so potent that you don't have to be in treatment for years and years. And people can go on a herbal treatment for like 3 months and change all types of shit. So that was kind of the thing that we know for sure that was on the radar of some of the people who didn't want that to happen. But yet still people are so gung-ho on the healthcare system. I just don't see how people still defend it, man. I don't. Like, it's not even about common sense, bro. It's like, it's just look at the stats. Like, people say, oh, well, first of all, this quote unquote flu season has been really tragic. Like, everybody I fucking know had caught some type of flu after getting the flu shot.
Yeah.
Right. So it's, man, I don't know, man.
That's industry. You know, I know because of the sickle cell shit. Like doctors, that's why they be so gung ho on trying to give you a flu shot and shit. Because they get a kickback from it.
Yeah, of course.
So every flu shot they get the kickback. That's why they always promoting that shit. Oh, get your shot.
Yeah.
I just so they get more bread in their pocket.
Yeah. And that's why you got to sign off on it so they can say, hey, we got 500,000 signatures for the flu shot. Yeah, we agreed. They agreed to it. That's crazy, man. I don't know. So that was it, man. That just, people just really need to understand what the fuck is going on with the healthcare system, man. It's designed to keep people sick. Like, I'm a big believer. 99% of disease out here are reversible, man. That's my opinion. But they're not going put that out there. Like, there was
acknowledged. Yeah, it definitely won't be acknowledged.
Yeah, no, it definitely won't. Yeah,
well, let me just say this before I even say anything. My bad. I apologize. Use the bathroom. Said her to flush the toilet. That was me.
No, we actually didn't hear it. I'm glad you didn't, because I really quick. So on one of my other shows, I was recording, and the person I was recording with, motherfuckers is using the bathroom. And I hear the toilet flushing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the? I'm like, bro, we're recording, right? Like, this is live. This is not. You know what I'm saying? So I had to edit that shit out, but I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
I had to use the bathroom quick, y'all. So y'all hear the flush of the toilet. That was me.
No, but we didn't hear it though. But that's good though. But yeah, that's good. But yeah, man. So that was my thing, man. Just people to start researching, man, and to start waking up, man. Stop believing everything a person says just because they got an MD behind their name. That shit doesn't mean anything to me. Not at all. That holds no extra weight, in my opinion, over somebody versus it's a regular cat on the street saying, I got this X, Y, and Z thing. Okay, I hold both opinions to the same esteem. And we just
were talking about human resources. The doctors and everybody work for the government.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And that's why my doctor has never asked me about my diet. Not once. None of them. Like, food is directly linked.
They just want to put you on drugs.
That's it. That's all you want to do. We're going to up your medication dosage. Right?
Kickback.
That's crazy, bro. But yeah, so that's my thing, man. That's it, man.
No, man. It's an important thing, though, man. And you're really dig deep into as far as the medical aspect. We need to know about the certain different type of sciences that we're not privy to in this this colonizer society. Speaking of colonizers, Black Panther.
Church. We in church right now.
Man.
It's the Sabbath. Let's have to keep the Sabbath day holy.
Yeah, man, because it was you know what I mean. It was such a powerful movie. It's so much more than just a Marvel movie. It's probably the only Marvel movie, really, or type of action movie, really, that actually is more truth than just fiction. You know what I mean? That's what I got from it. But that's a little bit of my tidbit. You know what I mean on it. You know what I mean, and so it's a little bit more after these brothers though. But I gotta ask y'all, man. What did the movie mean to y'all cinematic wise, and what did it mean personally? I'm gonna start with Pete, Hove, and then Chuck, and then I'll give my thoughts before we go to the first topic though. But what did you think, man? What's going on?
Yo, as a Marvel fan, as a nigga who read the comics, as a nigga who watch the fucking films, who appreciate the films, who think they're dope, it's in the top 2. Like, Iron Man Civil War was dope too, just cinematic wise, and they was missing some of the Black Panther story from the comic book. Him and Storm was married once upon a time. Both kings and queens from Africa. We get to that later. That's just my synopsis of the overall Marvel perspective.
Yeah, that's the shit.
But as a black man, as a brother who went and watched the movie, to take my 2 sons, and my youngest is 1. You know what I mean? We didn't have a sitter. We was chilling, but he just kept staring. It grabbed his attention. He was quiet through the whole movie. Fell asleep a little bit, but woke up and went right back to the movie. You know what I mean?
Dope.
For me, for me to take my two sons and to go watch a movie that had everybody that looked like us, and nobody was a slave. You had the villains in there, but nobody was a crack dealer and shit. Nobody was a crackhead. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody was shooting jumpers and motherfucking rapping a bar. Like it was some dope shit to have my sons like, yo, this is a king of the African nation, smart, educated brother. You know what I mean? And even the bad guy, who I think we'll get to that shit later, but I think a lot of niggas that was born in America felt like him.
Yep.
He had a point. Even the villain had a point, man. So the movie overall, it was dope. It was a dope-ass movie with a lot of subliminals, with a lot of undertones, and with a lot of straight in your face truth. And I know we're gonna talk about it more. I'll just leave it at that. It's fucking dope.
That's dope, man. And like you said, we're gonna be, I'm saying, uncovering the layers of this movie far beyond just today's show, though, man. As we go along, though, but just to kind of get just your, your basic thoughts or whatever, though, and though, feel free to go ahead and expound even more. What are your thoughts on it cinematically and personally, Brother Ho?
Cinematically, it was gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Especially knowing that they shot that shit in Atlanta. That is
some
not
of them had
that's
studios, right?
Like that's not a mistake. Like
right.
That it was potent as shit, cinematic wise, graphics on point, all that shit on point. And I don't want it to seem like it's just 'cause it's a black film that we fuck with it that much. Like, yo, that shit was really fucking dope. We started a slow clap during the movie. Niggas stood up with their fists raised. I'm sorry, black people stood up with their fists raised. Like, that was different. That rallied us together in a different way than the fucking Watts riots did. It was a different kind of aggression because this time it was positive. Like, we ain't never seen no shit like that. Like, we have children that can look at a hero that looks like them instead of just wishing it that way and coloring it in a certain way on school or some shit like that in your mind. That shit was lovely. And especially in the racial, once again, times we're living in again. But us with Buffalo shit, that's a natural everyday occurrence. But I say that to just say that was a phenomenal film, and I hope to see more like it. Hello.
Amir, you there?
You got real quiet.
Hello?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, man.
All an analysis. Everybody is speechless.
Chuck, man, what do you? I was appreciated, man, how you just kind of broke it down, like how you get to the, like you say, you always get to the core of things, and it was it hit you. Listen, man, like you said, it was a slow clap. It hit your heart. You don't have a heart if it don't hit your heart as a black person. You don't know who you really are.
Yeah, that's that.
Chuck, what are your thoughts, man?
Man, that shit. That shit was.
Tell him, Chuck, you fresh off, man. You fresh off and seeing the movie.
That shit, man. I didn't fully cry, but my shit got watery, man. Like that shit was potent. That shit hit on, man. And I really liked the ancestral visits. Like that shit was highly interesting. When King T'Challa went to see his father, and then Killmonger went to see his father. Like that shit was touching, man. Like that shit. I don't know. That movie was so put together. It was so structured where everything just flows so seamlessly, and it truly was an all black cast, with the exception of the
yeah, pretty much. It was like 90%.
Yeah, 90% black. Yeah, except for the CIA guy that they had, man. But yeah, man, I know we'll get into it, man. But so that's something I'm definitely going to see again. I can't remember that. I think within the past 6 or 7 years, I saw the same movie twice in movie theaters. Black Panther would definitely be another one that I'm going to see again in the movie theater. I just have to, because I was reading shit before, so when I was watching it, I was trying to piece together what I was reading, so I really couldn't like really dig into it.
Objective view.
Yeah. So next time I go in, I can just I can chill. I already saw it. I know from beginning to end, but now I can kind of go in and really, break the shit down and try and pull some shit away from it.
It's a great time to be black.
Love it, man.
It's always been a great time to be black, and I'm glad that it's being shown. Black people, if when this is what I got from it. If when this Trump era ends, and it's gonna end at some point in time, obviously. If y'all get another black president, I need y'all to keep this same energy I kept during the Trump era, and don't allow them to fool you again. Okay? Let's go for ours and not depend on the system.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it. Yeah, depending on these colonizers, they call them in the movie, to help you out. When have they ever helped you out? You have the power yourself. Let me tell you something. We are, like I said, the most downtrodden, least as far as publicized people. We are people that's, you know what I'm saying, though, the poorest, and all these different things, all these other labels they throw at us, and yet every day they're figuring out a way to keep trying to stop us.
Yeah.
Like, if you got that much control, you would think that you wouldn't have to do anything more. These motherfuckers don't go to sleep without trying to think about how to stop us.
Yeah.
They work tireless hours. That's why white people age so fast. They don't sleep.
But really quick, man, really quick, Amir. But Pete, man, I want to kudos to you, man. Like when you took your boys to see it, man. Like that. So I read a post where it talked about how when it comes to movies and the impact on the conscious and the subconscious mind. So consciously, we know that shit is just a movie, but unconsciously, there's some shit that's going on like that we have no idea. And Pete, what you did, bro, like you really, like you made a ripple. You shifted the consciousness of your sons just by taking to see that movie, bro. Like that was some. I don't think the impact is measurable. Like it may be just a movie, like on a conscious level, but subconsciously, dog. Like there's some shit. There's wheels turning in Jag's head, man, already, dog.
No, absolutely, and I'm glad you said that. No, because it's like, certain movies you be like, all right, man, we go see it, or we wait till it come out, fire stick, whatever the fuck. Nah, like me and Sade, like we've been going through shit. Everybody going through shit, right now.
Yeah.
You ain't got it, whatever. But Fade's like, you want to see? I'm like, nah, we seeing this shit. Nah, we seeing that. You know what I mean? Like, we just gonna have to cop some candy. Like, there's a meme out there that you say like the Black Panther made buku money, but the concession stands ain't make shit. Hell nah, nigga, we smart.
625.
We talking about the shortage, the grab. But I'm like, don't worry. We going to see this movie just because of that. Just because you want your kids to see that shit, and like you said, Chuck, something gonna pop off subconsciously. You don't know what it is. It might need that extra, to have some self-esteem. Just some shit that maybe I wasn't giving them at the time, but whatever.
Yeah.
My kid, we had to go see that movie, man. Absolutely. And when you brought up, you said your eyes got watery about during 2 scenes, and I kind of felt the same way when they went through that red shit to go talk to their pops when they was both become Black Panther, and it's like it kind of it hit you, like, you know what I mean? Because it brought up a question that I know we could talk about later or whatever, but it's like, do your parents prepare you, for those who are blessed to have their parents longer than, some other people, no disrespect to nobody, but do your parents really prepare you for life without them? You know what I'm saying? And that was like one of the questions, and that shit is ill. Just like, my people was going through it. It hit me hard because it's like, my people was going through shit at the time. We ain't speaking about, but it's like, damn, it's like seeing some shit without them. It's like I haven't really pictures yet, but it's like being older, you gotta realize and accept that it's gonna come. But certain shit like that in a movie that in a certain movie that's built like that, everybody gonna get something different from it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Subconsciously or not, but you're right about that.
That was some eloquent shit.
Needed, man. Matter of fact, Majai, is he still on the line? Majai, you still on the line?
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, we're back here.
What are your thoughts, man?
we get ready. We get ready.
Homie,
Yeah, you on the line. What are your thoughts, brother?
Right on time, perfect timing. I'm ready to speak on it, man. Now, first of all, man, just all the beautiful black faces. That's number one. So many. I mean, I think there were like 5 white people in the whole movie.
Yeah, all colonizers.
So many, but not just black faces on screen, but with some real money thrown behind it with the special effects and all that. Because you know what I mean, we got movies, but you know we got little budget flicks and shit like that. So to see some money thrown at it, it was real good to see, man. They might think twice next time they make a movie called Gods of Egypt. They might think about putting some black people in after seeing this, especially with the money this flick is making. Because man, we couldn't find tickets. It was sold out everywhere.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, as far as
yeah, that was true.
Then as far as the story, you know, I mean, it was a great movie. The story, for me, I really identified some, you know, I always like Stan Lee's villains, man. Shout out to Stan Lee because, I mean, way back in the day, man, he had these black heroes, man. He had these kind of, you know, he didn't exclude us to that, you know, in that regards, man. He made these characters. They didn't get the publicity that the other ones got, but, you know, Black Panther, Luke Cage, and he always deals with like some political stuff. You know,
Stan Lee's true love is a black woman, I guarantee it.
Shout out to the old dude, man. He represents. But yeah, I was thinking about Killmonger, man, and his stance, and you know, I feel where he's coming from. I understand where he's coming from. But, you know, as I always say, man, after we understand, we got to overstand. We got to see it from both perspectives. And yeah, you know, he had his hatred, you know, aimed, I think, in the right direction, his anger or whatnot. But I mean, in terms of the white people. But again, we don't want to be like our oppressors. We don't want to become them, and we don't want to act like them. We don't want to, you know, take on their, you know, just become them and switch roles. We're better than that. So when we approach it, we have to approach it with a different tactic. We're not savages out here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, from that angle, I think he had a little more growing to do. It's unfortunate, but he died so raw. What did he say at the end? The line.
He said, "I'd rather be dead than." No, he said, "Bury me." He said, "Throw my body in the waters with my ancestors."
Like my ancestors. Oh man, that shit was so
like I'd rather be.
They knew that death was better than bondage.
Yeah, they knew that death was better than bondage. Yeah.
And you know, when I was younger, I would have thought the same thing. But at the same time, we got to give props to our ancestors who saw through that and came here so we could be here. Real talk. So, you know.
I mean, everybody. I think
we breathe because of them.
I think it's because of I think it's the purpose. You know, there's some that's supposed to be here, there's some that weren't.
Yeah, I agree.
It's hard to fight the spirit, man. The spirit is stronger than the body. You know, but you do have choice. But, you know, once you make that choice, you know what I'm saying, the spirit you align with that spirit. And you know what I'm saying, you actually, you know, do what it is meant for you to do. You know what I'm saying, some people was meant to jump off the boat. They weren't meant to be slaves. Some people were strong enough, you know what I'm saying, God felt strong enough to go through it.
Well,
it's all about it.
Oh.
That movie is crazy, man. It was awesome. It was the best.
They touched on some things, man, for real.
Well, is Professor Xavier, who's the other dude? Because this reminds me of an even better, 10 times better version of that.
Magneto? Not Magneto.
There you have it. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Yeah.
They were cool.
Magneto,
better version, man. Killmonger is almost not really a villain.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
Just us.
None of them are. That's why I say I
agree.
always relate to his villains, man. Magneto, he's on that Malcolm X shit. Like, yo, fuck these humans, man. We need to. Because
his greatest weapon was his mind.
Truthfully, that's what they said. Stan Lee is supposed to have got the idea from Malcolm and Martin. Martin was Professor X, and Malcolm was Magneto. That's what they kind of say about that. That's true shit. Killmonger, it's like I felt where Killmonger was coming from, man. But it's definitely with certain things damn, I don't want to fuck up homie name, man. I guess, but he said. Jai, brother Jai brought up a good point, not wanting to be like our oppressors, man, and that was the only difference with Killmonger and Magneto. You know what I mean? It's like, the hurt, they smart as shit, they know what it is, but it's just like the hurt kind of overrides that part of the brain where it separates you from becoming like the oppressor, man, like the revenge and all of that shit to get back on what they've done to us. You know what I'm saying? So that's the shit that Killmonger needed to overcome, but it's hard because of how he saw his pops died and what his own people did to him. And you still feel it though. You still understand, but it's like that part right there. That got to be the difference between us and them.
Yeah. He was riding that emotion, and we gotta be logical. We gotta use our minds. And not act on emotion, because anytime you act on emotion, good emotion, bad emotion, any emotion, it's going to reflect in bad things. So we gotta check that and be rational.
That's real.
This is an awesome movie. We're gonna talk about this a lot more. Obviously, man, it brought so many emotions, so many passions, so many just. As far as the ideals that was placed into the movie, man, it's paramount to how we're gonna move forward, man. Really, and the value of Africa. I mean, that's just the poorest country. So they try to say, but y'all still, everything that's powered is by this one. You know what I'm saying? The one continent. All these countries is so poor, but this continent is. They're still trying to steal from it.
Rich in everything it needs to be.
They grow minerals like we grow weeds. But speaking of something that we need to go ahead and talk about, man. With these recent school shootings and everything, you know what I'm saying, though, it seems like the issue of gun reform is coming more onto the forefront right now because let's face it, white kids are being killed. I know that. Listen, I don't want nothing to happen to nobody that's innocent, regardless of what race. White, black, Hispanic, Indian, Asian, it doesn't matter. But let's be honest. If it was happening to us, it wouldn't be an issue.
Spade to spade. It is happening to us. Let's
just keep it real. So I want to get your thoughts on the whole gun reform idea, and is it the answer to ending violence, or is this an evil agenda masquerading as a noble agenda? Chuck, I'm gonna start with you, Hove, Mujahid, and Pete. Yeah, go ahead and answer that, man. What's your thoughts, man?
So I saw a post, and I didn't research it further, so I'll be short with it. But apparently now they're going to start training teachers to carry firearms.
Yeah, I seen that bullshit.
Yeah.
That bullshit like an hour ago. Nah, man, that's fucked up. So I'm like, now you gonna have teachers carrying guns? And really, that's where we're at.
Yeah, bro.
Just to in case somebody pop off, I could shoot back. You signed up. You went to college. Be a fucking teacher, not a fucking marksman. In case some shit happen with your student.
Yeah.
That's just fucking despicable. They doing too much. It's way too far. My bad for jumping ship into your boat, so to speak. But that's fucked up. That's really, really fucked up. All I want to do is teach children, but now I got to learn how to shoot a fucking gun.
Yeah. And they can barely teach the fucking kids. And they talking about carrying our firearm. Like, there was a video that I saw.
We know all them short ass teacher fuses.
Yeah,
they don't like us.
Man.
Especially
shit.
Cops are shooting kids saying they're scared. What do you think the teachers are gonna say? Are they gonna
exactly?
And mind you, most
of them day out.
That's it.
And most teachers are white.
Single day.
And most teachers are white females, so you can already know. You already know that.
Really?
That shit. I'm a white teacher. I'm scared. This young black boy. I'm gonna shoot him.
Hell no.
He's acting all rowdy, getting all riled up.
Breeze.
Man, it's crazy, man.
Gotta get our own schools. That's what it boils down to. I mean, it's the reality.
Yeah. And then
say, right? You a black teacher and shit. You got a gun in your hand, and all the shit that just went down in Florida, and the motherfucking cops come through, busting through the school. They see you with the gun in your hand. You gonna survive, my nigga? Nope.
No cops get off for killing black people, so
that shit. Yo, my bad, man. It's Amir, your boy. I watched your boy Corey Holcomb the other day.
Yeah.
And he brought some good shit up. He said it's funny, you know how they talk about gun reform when all the school shooting happens, but when a nigga get killed by a cop, you don't hear shit. So after he said that, like at first it was like, you know, this whole gun reform. You know, I got kids. You're not supposed to worry about your kids going to school, getting shot up and shit. So like you thinking about laws and all that and blah blah blah. But after Corey was talking about that, it makes sense, man, and it just makes you like, man, this agenda shit is real, man. Like, yeah, they really trying to depopulate us, man. Like, and it ain't got shit to do with none of the isms they're talking about. This is just a rich and poor thing. You see what they did to the white kids? All right, now we're going to talk about gun change and blah, 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 and now we're going to give teachers the guns and shit. This is the most, outside of being a cop, next to being a cop, a teacher is the most stressful job to have. Come on, man. That don't, like you said, these white teachers don't know how to handle black kids. They already shook. They already thinking they shit. Chuck just posted a video not too long ago. Y'all a bunch of niggers. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Just leave my room right now. Y'all gonna get this bitch again? Okay.
Yeah. She had no fucking idea. She had no fucking idea how to handle that classroom of boys. Like, she had no fucking idea. So, like he said, man, she had a gun. You acting wild? Right in the fucking head. Or wherever. It's going to be legal.
The right to have a gun should be your right and should be taken away. And if you think by not having a gun is the best way to stop violence, you probably need to have yourself evaluated.
Yeah.
That's not smart. You think bullies don't go after other bullies, they go after the weak. You don't have a gun. So, yes, we're going to come into your house, like we said, with martial law, and do what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You give your rights away. Every day they find a new way to try to give our rights that really aren't rights away ourselves, so they can look back and say, "Well, it's your fault. You said it. You said you didn't want it anymore." That's what it is. I don't know what the amendment actually is. The number. What is the amendment for the right to bear arms? I don't know the number.
Like the 16th, 15th amendment or some shit. Second? I'm tripping.
It's high, man.
As far as that,
it's like first things first.
There's a Second Amendment, ain't it?
Second Amendment, yeah.
It's the Second Amendment. Right. So the Second Amendment, right. The right to bear arms, and the right to bear arms to go against your government becoming a militia, becoming against you, against the people. That's why you have the right to bear arms. So if you don't have guns, then, like I said before, you can't protect yourself against it. But people are just willing to give away rights, man, like it ain't shit, man. That shit crazy. Yeah. It's important. It's important that you have that you go ahead and exercise these rights, though, even though you really don't have any. But that's neither here nor there, man. Because you know what I'm saying. You got any more thoughts on that topic, though? I want to get to the next one. The next one is a motherfucker.
Just jump right into it, brother.
Man, I'm glad y'all said that, man. Look, we're gonna debunk the myth of the absentee black father. But we're gonna ask a few questions actually. The first question I'm gonna ask, and it's gonna be a 3-part question. Is it the duty of the good and involved black fathers to call out the ancient black fathers? I'm gonna start with Brother Pete, my brother Ho, Jason, Brother Chuck, and then we're gonna start out with our special guest here, my brother Mujah. I call him Mujahid, my brother Jahi. So go ahead, man. Pete, man, what's your thoughts, man?
You're asking as a good father, is it our job to call out the
ancient fathers? If let's say you have a boy, let's say you have one of your peoples, or you have a cousin of yours, and he ain't shit. Is it your job? Is it your job to say, you know what I'm saying, or to call him out that he ain't shit, that he ain't taking care of his responsibility, and call him on and call him to task? Is that your responsibility? You feel?
Yo, man, it's amazing how your questions be like, bro. It's funny as hell. It's real life shit. I really recently went through that shit. That's funny. Like, first of all, I'm far from perfect. I'll start by saying this: there is no blueprint to raising kids, man. You know what I mean? It ain't about who's better than who. I mean, it's about just trying to handle the responsibilities best to your abilities and making sure your kids are better than you, man, and doing what you can. And on that note, as if it's people, it's my job to be it's my job to be family. It's my job to be a friend. You know what I'm saying? It's my job to be real. You know what I mean? And if that's saying some shit you need to hear that you feel like you don't need to hear, then that's what it is. Like, you know, I have conversations, and it's funny. It's like with the older cousins that raise you, like everybody different, man. Age ain't nothing but a number. Sometimes you gotta be the one. I mean, if you caring like that, if you really giving a fuck, so your youngins won't come out like you. Yeah, it's our job to like hold it down and be like, hey, bro, you know, this is what it is. This is what's going on. I'm not saying tell anybody what to do. I'm not saying, you know, scold anybody. You know, be judge and jury. But if you love somebody and that's your peoples, and they fucking up, it's like, hey, bro, you gotta let them know what's up. Absolutely. You know, and again, not saying that, you know, you got the answer to everything, but that to me that's the definition of being a friend, of being a family, being there for each other. Like, it takes a village. You know what I mean? I think that's what's missing within our people today, man. Everybody on that, nigga, don't tell me about my kids and blah blah. Don't tell me what, you know what I mean? It depends on the delivery too. It's all about how you deliver the message as well. But yo, you gotta hold it down. It's about the kids. They really are the future. That sounds cliche as fuck, but the kids is really the future, man. And if we don't spark them, at least try to start them off right or give them a chance, we fucking them up already. They not gonna have a chance with the world if we don't try to give them a chance. So absolutely, I think it's our job to hold each other down and be like, yo, bro, you know, this is what it is.
Yeah, man, it's very pivotal because we have to make sure that we hold each other accountable, like you said, though. And I don't think sometimes because we expect the rejection of the knowledge we give that we don't. But it's like, you know, everybody ain't gonna get it, you know, on your time. I mean, but you know, if they get it, they get what you're saying, then that's important. Okay, brother Jason, what are your thoughts, man?
Brother, who we did?
Jason? Okay, so all right, so we'll go ahead though, and when Jason gets back, Chuck, man, what are your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, you know, I agree with Pete, man. You know, at the end of the day, you know, as a stepfather myself, and Pete, you know, you as a father, man, we gotta just be, you know, the best example we can be. And you know, I don't call out my stepkids. I don't call out their father. Like, I barely talk about it. You know what I mean? I just the energy, I have to invest my energy in making sure that I can be the best example of a man, of something similar or better that I would want my stepdaughters to model after. Right? I don't want them to hear me because we'll sometimes have conversations. Me and my girlfriend will have conversations about their stuff, and I don't like talking to them about their father around them. Right? I don't want them to hear a black man bashing another black man, regardless of what I think. You know, I just don't want them to have that image. So for me personally, man, like Pete said, you know, if it was one of my brothers, like one of y'all, I'm like, yo, Pete, man, you fucking up, bro. Like, come on, dude. Hove, you fucking up. Like, what's going on, man? Right? And as brothers, like, we should be able to have that dialogue. And like Pete said, you know, some dudes be like, nah, man, who the fuck are you, man? You tell me how to raise my kids, X, Y, and Z. I'm like, you know, and at that point, I don't think it should even be a back and forth. Like, I think our job as fathers and as leaders is like, look, this is what I'm noticing, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. It's up to you if you're going to implement and leave it alone. And just refocus the energy back on becoming the best version of ourselves as fathers and stepfathers.
Yeah, man. And speaking from that perspective of someone who is raising someone else's children, I can only...
It's tough.
Only imagine.
It's fucking tough. That's just fucking tough. I mean, yeah, you know, not you know.
Imagine, man, especially girls. Jeez. You know, if y'all ever hear this podcast, just understand.
Really quick.
A great man right here, though. So appreciate young ladies who he is.
Really quick, man. I got really quick, man. This is on a parenting topic, but. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. Like we've noticed that today's generation of teenagers is a lot fucking different than when we were teenagers. Like I'm talking like next level shit, dog. Like I be hearing some of this shit they be saying. I'm like, yo, never in a million fucking years would I even say that shit to an elder or to my mother or my aunt or uncle. Never in a million years.
Yeah, they way worse.
Oh, it's crazy, bro. Like it should, and it's accepted. Like the adults have come to the realization that this is accepted. Like they not knocking kids out no more. They said, "Oh, okay, well,
not knocking kids out no more."
Oh, I remember one time, man. Like, I got my ass beat when I was a kid a lot, but I remember one time I was 15, and my mother she said something to me, and I said something back to her, dog. When I tell you, she jabbed me straight in the fucking face, dog. I'm like, dang, my shit started watering, and I'm pissed off as hell inside, but I couldn't say that's mom, right? She gonna fuck me up. So, but nah, man, that shit, I don't know, bro. It's a different type of kids today. But with movies like the Black Panther, I think we can start to hopefully make some type of change in direction to where kids can start understanding the respect level, especially in ancient Africa. Like respect was held highly, and if I'm not mistaken, is it one of the virtues of Ma'at, Amir? One of the principles of Ma'at, respect.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and that's just some of the shit we grew up on, man. It's respecting your elders, bro. I don't know, man. But yeah, that's my mini vent for the day.
Yeah, man. It's holding on to what you learn as you grow, and then also respecting what got you there to that point.
Yeah.
Which is something that's sometimes very hard to do when you're fighting against it, and you learn more. It becomes something that you have to go ahead and deal with the fact that you still have to respect this person that you might actually know more than. That's a hard thing to do.
It is, of course.
It's like you look at them like you don't know shit, like you thought you knew shit though, but I'm gonna respect you, and that's a hard thing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would assume that it's kind of like the how the spirit feels against the flesh. Jay, what are your thoughts, man? Do you think that it's the duty of the good and involved father to call out the ancient black fathers?
No, I don't think it's my place to call out anybody on anything.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Shit, I mean that's we all. But I mean, I think that's already known. If somebody's shirking that responsibility, they know. I don't have to call them out on that. We may if there's a conversation.
No, I mean just not to cut you off, but do you really think they all know? So I don't get that they all know, but do you think that they all know somewhere deep down the side they don't know?
Because it's a decision that you make. It's a yes or no decision. They make the decision.
Yeah, I agree.
So, it is what it is. Some people are just that's them. Hey, I don't really think anything I can say. Like Chuck said, you could just kind of be an example. I mean, that's for all around you. That's it. I'm not going to call anybody out now. If they come, if there's a conversation, I may ask them questions to kind of help them come to that conclusion. If they can't already do it on their own, questions I'll ask, point them in that direction. I'm never going to call anybody out, though. As far as you're talking about, like if it's my peoples, like if it's one of y'all, I would expect more, I guess, from y'all. But I mean, I don't know. It's one thing, like y'all chilling with your boys, y'all in Vegas or something, spending money. It's like, damn, I know your situation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, for me to be that intimate with their situation, we would have had to have some sort of conversation where, because every situation is different. There's people, there's dads who are gone for all kinds of different reasons. Some are dead or in jail. Some are, some want to be there, can't be there. Military. I don't know. There's all kinds of shit, man. So, different situations. That's the first thing you have to understand everybody's situation. And, until you can do that, if you're that concerned with that person at that point, it's like, well, damn, what about yourself? I'm more focused on me to be that deep into everybody's shit. But for me, I just look at it like everybody knows what they're doing, whatever decision they make, they know. It's not my job to point it out for them.
Actually, Amir, really quick, Mujah, you actually said something like really interesting, bro. Like on the other side of the coin, where you have fathers who want to be in their kids' lives, and on the other end, you got the mothers stopping that from happening. Because there's some women out here who are in their emotions and they're not thinking logically, and they think that by holding their kids away from their father, that's making her feel better about the situation. Kids have nothing to do with it. Kids have.
I want you to keep that same energy. I want you to keep that same energy on what else I'm gonna talk about within this topic. So keep that same energy.
Yeah, no.
Keep that same energy, fam.
No, because it's like relationships.
No, because you keep that same energy, fam.
All right, no, it's good, man.
All right.
Nah, man, I don't know. It's
man,
like
you're getting deep, man. You're getting deep, man. I'm gonna have to break it down, man.
Listen, man.
That's gonna go way off topic from you.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
No. Keep that same energy, fam. That's what I'm asking. Now, second part of this joint right here, I gotta ask it. Fuck it. Let's go here. Do y'all feel? I can say that to both, all of y'all. Do y'all feel as good fathers, good black fathers? You don't get enough recognition from black women. I'm gonna start with Mujahi. Go on to Pete, and then Chuck, go ahead and end it out. And I'm gonna go ahead and answer after that. Do y'all feel that?
Man, number one rule of being a man is don't expect praise or recognition for anything. Just fuck it. Just accept that shit. If you're looking for praise or recognition, you're in the wrong business. That's not what it's about. So,
right.
Of course we're underappreciated, but that's the part of it. So that's all. Okay. That's really all I got to say.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pete.
I swear, everything in love. My pops told me this years ago. Everything Brother Guy just said. He said, "Look, man, you just don't always expect, appreciation. You know what I mean? When it's deserved, or just do. You got to do what you got to do as a man, first of all, but just don't expect that shit. You know what I mean? That's just life. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. We looked at different. You know what I mean? And that's not to start no beef. That's not to start no women and men shit. That's just real life. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? How I was raised, how you brought up, it definitely influenced you as an adult. You know what I mean? And how I was raised, you gotta make sure your kids eat food on their back. Blah blah, you know what I mean? But don't expect to, you're looking out, just appreciate it. That's what you're supposed to do as a man. But, don't expect shit. at the same time. He was telling me that. You know, and that's real. Like everything that was good is real. Yeah, exactly. You'll say exactly. Exactly. And you save yourself disappointment, and it saves you from, you know, sometimes when we do get disappointed, we do dumb shit. We use our aggression, or we take away from our fatherly skills, or we take away from the shit we're supposed to be doing when we don't get the appreciation and we fall into the dumb shit. So basically, Pops is telling me, stay away from the dumb shit. Don't expect it. Just keep doing what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
I agree 100%.
Dope as shit. That's dope reality.
So, Chuck, what do you? I love how you broke that down as far as jewels that's passed on, but that shows that in this day and age, it's not really something that's, you know, looked at as cool, but you actually listen to those who come before you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That shit. It's definitely it's definitely, and I can see that being a reason, not justifiable, but I can see that being a reason why some men leave. Shit becomes too heavy, right? The pressure is too much. They working 80-hour weeks. They coming home to a nagging wife. Kids are unappreciative. They say, "Fuck that, I'm out of here," and they just dip. And I'm not justifying it, but I can see that being a reason why, because it takes a certain type.
Why would you? Is that something that you? Cause, well, you're saying it, but it's like you say you're not justifying it. So why wouldn't you justify it?
Because that's not a reason to abandon your family just because you're not getting.
Do you think that's abandoning the family, or is that leaving? Is that leaving a woman that's probably gonna kill you?
Well, no.
Kill you with nagging you. Is that?
Well, yeah.
So like you said, like when you say that word, it's like you feel like, all right, it's not. You're not excusing it. You're not, making an excuse for it. It's like it would get just to kind of get your opinion on it. Do you feel? Because we want to get all different perspectives. Do you feel that a man that can't deal with that type of nagging is someone that failed?
No. Well, yeah. So it's definitely it's contextual. So if you're in a situation and you're not only are you not getting appreciation, but your lady, she's nagging all the fucking time, like constantly 24/7 nagging your ass, and it's draining your fucking energy. Mm-hmm. At that point, you have to say, okay, well, look, we need to separate. We need to look at a separation. However, I still need to be an active role in my kid's life.
Yeah, that was your father's side, Chuck. Chuck, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I think because the fact that even though they're your stepkids, they still your kids, bro. You've been there in their lives for a while. So as a father, I think he's saying it's not justifiable, but he understands. I think him saying not justifiable is the father side of him, because you do have some that stay in an unhappy relationship, but it's like, I'll be damned if my kids call somebody else daddy. You know what I mean? Like for the kids, you're gonna be there. You're gonna do what you got to do. You're gonna sacrifice shit. So, not to make a long-winded answer longer, I think it was Chuck's father being a responsible man, being responsible. I think that was that side saying he don't think that's justifiable. If I'm make that, it doesn't make leaving justifiable, because at the end of the day, you need to be a father.
As fathers, I gotta ask y'all this then. Okay. So, obviously, you talk about the relationship aspect, but being that we are talking about, obviously, being fathers, are not for leaving, and certainly, obviously, the government gets involved, you have to pay child support, or what have you, but those are your kids. At what point do you have to say, all right, you know what, I've been around this child enough for them to know who I am and who their mother is, and they know that me going against not just her but this system is too much, and I have to move on. And then when you get old enough, you come and holler at me. Now I'm gonna talk to you, and we gonna move from there on. Is that wrong?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that.
You know what I mean? It's tough to say. I'm just saying
I can't.
That there is a. I don't look at that as weakness.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I wouldn't say weakness.
That's war. That's fucking when you're going against your woman and the system. That's everybody ain't prepared for war.
Yeah.
That's different. That's different shit. I can go through a few battles, but that's full on war.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey man, Dick Gregory said it. He said
I'm not trying. I'm not a parent, so let me say that. So I'm not trying to go ahead and just give a frivolous point, but it just to my viewpoint that seems like war.
Yeah,
that's war. I'm gonna kill myself. Come see me when you get older. You know who I am. You see me since you was 9, 10. You grasp what's real and what's not enough. Because I know I taught you from an early age. But your mom and the system's too much. I'm just saying if you're going through that situation, it don't seem like that's not. I don't view that person as being weak. For me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And it's sad that you didn't have to go through.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It definitely is, man.
Being a black man in America, goddammit, I tell you, boy. It's crazy, nigga. I feel you, my nigga. I feel you.
That's the toughest job in America.
The chains and whips wasn't enough.
I think it depends on how you built, man. It depends on how you built, man. Like shit, Dick Gregory said
fair.
Like,
that's fair too. Yeah.
Dick Gregory was a fighter. He was a comedian, dude, but he was about the people. And he said he had like 10 kids. And he told me
about what happened. His wife lost the baby, and then like the next day he said, "Yo, wipe them tears. We ain't got time for that. We got work to do."
Right.
The next day, he's crying. He's like, "No, we ain't got time for those tears. We got work to do. Come on."
Right.
That's different. Man. That's different.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, and you're not weak. I don't think if that's not what God built you for.
True.
It's a crazy thing, man. It's a crazy thing, man. I appreciate all your answers, though, man. I gotta ask this. I gotta fucking ask this. All right, man. For all of y'all, man. I'm gonna start with Hov. You still there, Hov? You with us, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go ahead with Majai, Chuck, and then Pete, man. But I gotta ask this, man. Why does it seem, at least to me, I don't know, I see it, that ancient mothers aren't called to task like ancient black fathers are?
Oh, man.
This question is brought to you by Amir Henry and Amir Henry only.
Thank you for your support.
Listen, man, it wasn't them.
It's
but yo, I gotta ask it, man. Fuck it, man. Shit, let's take it there.
What's the question?
Brother Jason, what are your thoughts, man?
Like, in a sense of it, it's because now this is not to shit on nobody, but like I'm just speaking it in a term that I can't give it through like in. I'm not eloquent enough right now. But I think they go off of the bull. Well, excuse me, cut myself off first. I think because they are the carriers of the children. They have to hold the children for hopefully 9 months, and so their work is already exuded. With a dad, you know what I'm saying, with a father, it is honestly you have the choice. And it's a sad reality we have learned to cope with, especially within the black community, African Americans or any other person that is from African descent. It's certain shit that first we got discounted on and then we got took out of completely as being a father figure as an African American man. Because everything was shorted so soon. As I always say, like when we just have regular conversations. Like the 70s killed the black father because there was the war, heroin, all that. Then the 80s came along and killed the black mother because of crack and shit like that. Because we were already in a disenfranchised state and we were fucking depressed. And as black people, honestly, we're not taught with how to deal with stress. Because it's just a natural fucking thing being black in America or being black in the world, period. so it creates these divides, it creates fuck-ups to where we're always looked at in a different light and a different shadow as well. We're never going to be given the credit for the things we do, because even though it's not done, when we do it, it's still not appreciated enough. So I believe that'll be my statement on everything.
This nigga. I mean, I feel you. I don't think it's my turn yet, though. I'll wait.
What's the question again?
I don't know.
The question is,
I don't know.
why does it seem that ain't shit mothers aren't called to task like ain't shit black fathers are?
Ain't shit black mothers what?
Why does it seem, at least to me,
Mia's mother versus
ain't shit
the
black
ex-wife.
mothers aren't called to task like ain't shit black fathers are?
Mia's mother versus Papoose.
Wait, man, her name's Papoose now.
Who's gonna call him to task though? Because that's kind of like a womanly thing to do. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, what do you mean call him to task? Like, blow up their spot or something? That's the baby father's not gonna do that. So who's gonna do that?
Mm-hmm.
Other than Amir.
Oh no, I'm calling everybody to task, including myself. So I don't give a fuck. Especially myself.
Well, all right.
That's cool.
Yeah, because who's gonna tell their story? You know what I mean? You missed a child support payment. Oh man, they gonna try to blow up your spot. But if they do some, they take that child support payment to get their hair done. Who's gonna tell that part of the story? So there you go. Untold story.
Nobody know that story for the goddamn black father. Black father know that story way too much.
We need a hidden camera show called The Untold Stories of Ain't Shit Baby Mamas. And we can see what that money really gets spent.
I like that.
That'd be a nice blog. Man. That'd be a nice blog post.
Yeah, man.
Write that shit up, man.
Let's make it happen. I don't bullshit. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Get that dialogue going.
Christ, man. Listen, it's a cold game, and the sisters that's down for us, y'all down for us though. But man, sisters that ain't, I gotta cut it out, man. The government is not y'all for making that shit for it though. But
we gotta be selective too, fellas. We gotta be smart, man. Quality over quantity.
Nigga, haven't we been told? Listen, niggas will measure a motherfucker's worth in how many bitches he got now. Hey man, I don't give a fuck, man. He shit on his moms. He don't take care of his kids. He do this stuff, but shit, he get bitches. So. That's how it is, man. Your worth is in bitches. So all you gotta do is
crazy.
Bitches. Doesn't matter how many bitches
man,
you
that's bullshit,
yo.
That's bullshit, man. Like going through that shit right now, that's bullshit. Like that shit is so. If you measure by that, you got the wrong motherfuckers around you. You don't if that's the kind of people that you attract and the kind of people that these people's parents are raising them to be. That's crazy. You measured about the broads you get. That's dumb as fuck. Like I'm knee deep in females right now, and I'm tired. That shit ain't that. That should not be a measure of anything. And Maya, as we was talking about earlier, the saving thing. I'm one of those people. I don't. If any of these females I'm dealing with now, I'm not trying to save you, but I realize your fuck ups, and I got you as the kind of person I am. As I will hope anybody that I'm friends with would do, male or female. Check me on my shit. But that's crazy. If that, I'm as a black father that's prominent and goddamn probably the 90% of my daughter's life, that unappreciation shit gets to you. It weighs down on you, and especially as a black man, because we ain't valued already. So when it comes from the person that we laid down and had that child with, and that shit still flow, it's a different kind of anger and a different kind of upset, a different kind of mindset. It puts you different.
Yo, Dio usually put up a meme, right? And it said, I'm not reading it word for word. I was trying to find it. I couldn't find it. But basically it says, a deadbeat a deadbeat father gets jail, a deadbeat mom gets child support or assistance, some shit like that. And it's just
it's crazy.
And it's kind of real because it's like everything is rigged for like us to fail as black men already. So Amir asked the question about like should we call the task the deadbeat moms, and it's like even if you were to call out the task, you just for you being a man calling out the task, they will look at you as weak.
You fucked up.
So it's like a lose-lose situation either way. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know, man. It's just like if you gonna tackle that, you gotta tackle that the smart way, bro. Like I don't know, man. So many layers.
Whole different paths.
Yeah.
You gotta.
It's
gotta look at it. Try to remember. I mean, we can't look at ourselves and compare ourselves to women because it's not equal. And this isn't on some, we're better than women shit, but we're different, and there's different roles that we play. Men, we have to be leaders. So if we're leaders, we have to be held to a different standard. It's not a double standard; it's a different standard. So, women get a slap on the wrist or whatever. But it's like, again, man, that's the burden of being a man. And it's like, damn, that's just not fair, but that's the way it is.
So you would say that responsibility is not something that is equal. Did you say that then?
Nothing.
It doesn't seem like accountability and responsibility is something that they should be held to be responsible for anything. Not at all. Nothing? They're the ones raising their kids. They're not supposed to be responsible for shit.
Yeah. Well, no.
We need to, as men, we need to handle our shit. And I don't. You got female listeners, they're gonna be mad at me, bro. But I'm gonna keep it real, man. Women are, in a sense, they're like children. On your taxes, they're dependent, and that's kind of how you have to look at it. You can't say, well, what is this? Look at their punishment or whatever compared to mine. You got an adult or a minor, not saying that they're a minor, they can make the decisions and whatnot, but at the end of the day, man, we have to be the leaders.
Okay, I guess my point is not to negate what you're saying on that level. I guess what I would say, though, is that there should be a responsibility to understand that that's what it is, and also understand where we're not as strong as them in certain areas too. Then it doesn't seem like there's any accountability for understanding that that's a fact of what it is.
But the number one rule in accountability.
That's how I feel.
But check me. The number one rule in accountability is checking yourself. So if I'm being accountable,
you have to check yourself, no doubt.
How can I be? But how can I be looking at anybody else if I'm being accountable? How can I look at her or anybody else, any other man or woman? If my accountability is about me, so I can't.
I don't think things could work though if only one person is being held accountable for their actions.
But
I don't think it can work. I don't think that's a workable thing. If you're doing a project with somebody, or you're in it with somebody, to just have somebody be accountable and the other person to just move around frivolously doesn't seem like that's something that's going to work.
So what do you suggest? Strong arm the person and to making them do it their part?
No, I'm not saying about strong arming the person though, but that goes back to what I was talking about earlier. It's like, well, then that. How long do you stay?
You do your part.
In that situation though, or around that person. Are you wrong for not staying around? That's fair. I think that's fair.
Let me interject because I actually see where both of y'all coming from, and I even think kind of said something similar to what Majai said like on the last show, where accountability and responsibility is a masculine type of energy. Now, yes, there are some women who are accountable. Yes, there are definitely women who are responsible. However, when we're looking at generally and like from a broad perspective, we can't like I don't expect that from, and even from what I do on my day job. Like I in my coaching sessions, where I would say about I have 30 people that I coach every month.
Mm-hmm.
I shit you not, 26 or 27 of them are all women.
Mm-hmm.
And half of those women make excuses. They blame me for their scores being so low. They're blaming this. I'm thinking, as we're having these conversations, even from last week, I'm sitting there thinking in my head, like, this is it. This is perfectly lining up to where you're not taking accountability that this is the reason why you're in this particular situation. And me having that understanding, I changed my approach.
Are you wrong, though, if you're not, because everybody's built different.
Yeah.
Are you wrong, do you look at a man as being weak, that he wasn't built to deal with that?
See,
I don't think every man was built to have to deal, because there's all types of women. Not every woman is that, as much as they try to paint that picture. So there's some men that can deal with a certain type of woman.
That's true. Yeah.
There's some men that can deal with certain type of things. We all have different skills. We all have different talents.
Yeah.
Not everybody is built the same. So there's certain men that's built to deal with that type of woman. And there's some men that's not. Some men can deal with a smart ass. Some men can't. Doesn't mean they're weak. That may not be the woman for them.
So let me ask you this then. So you're saying that's a skill. So a skill is something that we can build. So do you think that's something that men can build?
I think you can. I think there are certain things you innately have. I think there are certain. You are who you are. You are who you are before you got here. So you are who you are.
Yeah.
I think there are certain things that you, in ways that you're raised, that prepare you to deal with certain things more than others.
Okay.
So as you grow and you grow into what you know what I'm saying, what you're being raised as, you develop that you work in that muscle, you work in that ability.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Like with any muscle. You know, the brain is, you work in your brain to deal with that. Everybody's not that though.
Yeah, but I kind of want to touch on something Pete said earlier, where he said that going against speaking out or calling out women is a bigger task that we're being called to, because remember, the system is on the side of women anyway. Like a deadbeat mother, she's getting public assistance, she's getting $1,000 worth of food stamps a month, but then her son is coming to the school in Jordans, right? They're on Section 8.
I want to say this though: the system is against black men and creates the illusion that they're for black women.
Yeah, which in turn puts the black woman against the black man. It's like a cycle.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's like a fucking cycle. Like my girlfriend used to work down in Baltimore City. She used to work at a school, and she would see all their personal shit, and she sees some single mothers. They're paying $10 a month because they're on Section 8, but then their kids coming to school in fucking Jordans and Uggs and Timberlands and shit. It's like, how the fuck is that even possible? You got this kid in a $200 pair of fucking sneakers, and you on Section 8? Like, where does that even fucking line up? Like, is that how you're utilizing the resources that tax dollars are going to?
After Easter was demoralizing for me as a kid, though, because I'm like, yo, I know I got to pay for half my lunch, and y'all getting free lunch, but y'all coming back to school in J's.
That's fucking crazy bananas, bro.
In the same sneakers.
I look.
Well, it was about the education, not the style. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And this is
everybody
crazy.
Come back with J's.
This is crazy.
In America, I got the same sneakers from fucking January.
Look, man.
Hey, side note, right? I got a side note for y'all brothers, and this kind of line up with everything we talking about. Chris Rock, I didn't see the whole joint, but it's like a quote floating around that Chris Rock said in his recent comedy special. I don't want to get y'all boys' perspective on it, man. He said, women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Men are only loved based on what they provide.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We love differently.
We know your response.
Can we say that we love different? We love differently.
It's not who you are, it's what you do for me.
What you say, guys?
Listen, we love selfishly.
Yeah.
Men do love selfishly, and I'll say that because we have to be give but it's so simple. Like, if you just make my favorite meal every once in a while.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Preach, my nigga.
Fuck.
We don't want much.
Well,
That's it, man.
That's all you got to do.
That's it, bro. Like, we're not hard to please,
we're very
man.
Simple. We're
Man,
simple
it's very
shit.
simple, dog. We're fucking simple shit, man.
Leave me alone occasionally. That's it. It's so simple.
Oh my goodness! Give me 2 days a week by myself.
Right?
Have me some cooked dinner. Let me get my dick sucked every now and then. I'm good.
Like Sinbad said it, man. Shout out to Sinbad, man. Very highly underrated comedian. He said, "Yo, man, women are mad at us because how simple we actually are to figure out. All we are is just basic math, but you know they want us to be geometry. They want us to be calculus.
Yeah, pretty much.
We not calculus, man. We just simple, basic math. And they're like, why are you so simple?
The ABCs, man.
It's gotta be very frustrating to think like a person from Harvard and have to deal with a person from ECC. But God bless y'all, man. But that's who we are, man. We're very simple. At the core of who we are, we're very simple. Yeah, we're simple.
But in the words of Pete, let me put an onion back, man. Like, and
onion back. Good job. All right.
And where do we think that they get these concepts of how men or how they relate to men from TV? These TV shows.
Yeah.
These quote unquote reality TV shows.
Gays and geeks rule the world, man. I keep saying it, man. They get it from dudes who couldn't get women and motherfuckers who don't care about getting women.
Yeah. And And the biggest challenge that I have is that when you say, okay, well, in order to be proficient at something, you need to study, right? In order to be good at something, you really know how to study how to do it. Now, obviously, everybody's situation is different, so each individual situation is going to have its own set of underlying principles, whatever. However, I'm a firm believer that there's certain principles and foundational shit that's across the board for everybody. So if women are trying to be successful in relationships, but they're spending 20 hours, 30 hours a week watching fucking Netflix, not studying and taking courses and shit like that of how, okay, well, what did my ancestors do? Like how were relationships structured in ancient Kemet? And like, how was that shit brought up? Like, study successful relationships, pull out certain principles and apply it to your own shit. And you'll realize that this shit is not that, it's not that hard, but we make it hard.
Sure.
I mean,
I'm gonna ask this to all of y'all.
No, hold on, Meyer.
My bad.
Hold on.
The woke ones be difficult too, bro.
Like, yo, do you, Chuck, you may be able to relate. Do you know how hard it is raising a black daughter?
It's tough, man.
And still trying to instill that in her.
Bro.
And trying to instill that in her as a father
tough,
of how to be a woman within a relationship. Yo,
man.
That's fucking tough as shit. Yo,
man.
I be talking to Mia like, oh, fuck. Because I still have to talk to her in a space to where I don't even want her to be. But it's a part of life. I don't want to talk to my daughter and teach her things about how to be in a relationship while she's my fucking daughter.
Yeah, that should come from the mother.
Like, that shit is fucking aggressive. Like, yo, I be going through it like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's very hard to describe, which is why I'm using, like, these, like, profanity, like, the profanity of it, because it's a mind warp. It's a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I want you to be a good human being. I want you to be a good black woman, and a good black woman within a relationship. Someone who understands about being even a human being first, but the way this earth teaches us and raises us as the nationality we are, we have to fight on the black level first before we can even act like humans.
Yeah.
That shit is aggressive. It's tough. It's fuck.
It is.
And that's another reason why it goes back to like the ain't shit daddies and ain't shit mama shit, especially within our communities. The world already views us as shit, so we have to work extra hard to raise our children to let them know that they are worth everything this world has to offer them, The world has to offer them and more.
Yeah.
It's insane to be a black man or a black woman. It's insanity what we have to deal with. But
that's something that but that's something Dr. Amos Wilson said. Like, he says, in order to function in this society, we have to be out of our minds, insane. Like, in order to function in this society, you have to be out of your mind.
You can't think right. Like, you can't think what should happen. Like, we have to balance ourselves amongst so many debilitating factors.
Yeah.
As soon as we open our eyes and get ready to go outside, shit, even if that, because there might be some problems within the home, so we hearing this shit before we can even take a shower.
Yeah.
It's fucking insanity.
He said that shit, dog. I like that shit put me in a zone for a minute. I'm like, damn, dog. Like, he's right. Like, you got like to function in this society, bro. Like, you got to be fucking crazy. Like, in order to,
you can't think normally.
You can't, and that's
you
crazy.
You have to think outside of the box at every single waking moment of your life to be respected, to stay alive, to be loved, and just to walk down the goddamn street.
Yeah, bro.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's way too fucking much.
Speaking of way too much, man, and I appreciate y'all being all those issues right there, with being fathers. We got to talk about Nipsey Hussle a little bit, man. We got to talk about that. So many jewels, man, that was dropped. Tech Nine was also in the Breakfast Club this week, though, and talking about independent labels. So, Pete, I'm gonna get your thoughts, brother Jahi, and then Chuck, and then Hov, you go ahead and speak on it, and I'll give my thoughts. So, what are your thoughts on the interviews, and what are your thoughts on independent labels, man, being independent?
I still got to check out Tech Nine joint, but he's been independent for years, so like Tech Nine is basically the blueprint to follow to get your shit. But I did hear Nipsey Hussle, man, and it's dope. Like, this is the wave, bro. This is the wave that we all got to ride to success, man. Is coming together and getting that shit on your own. You know what I mean? Like, all these big name companies, all these big brands, all these big record labels, all that shit, it started from the bottom just like everybody else. So, like, what's the difference between a Jimmy Iovine and a Nipsey Hussle? You know what I mean? Besides, he got white, he got a bigger monster behind him, but shit, he bleeds just like he bleeds. Like, that's the key, man. Like, coming together. Fuck jealousy, fuck envy, fuck hatred, fuck all the shit that they made us become and act like towards each other. Fuck that light skin, dark skin shit. Fuck all of that bullshit that keep us on the fucking bottom. We need to just come together and get this shit popping, man. It takes a village. You can't do this shit on your own. It takes a crew. It takes a conglomerate. You know what I mean? And shout out to Nipsey Hussle for, like, spitting that shit on his album. The album is dope. It's still hard, a banging you whip, and he's giving you food for your brain. You know what I mean? Like that, and that's the shit that's needed, man. That's just you gotta like look up to these cats. You know, like Damon Johnson, like the creator of FUBU. You know, just dropped the book on Hustle and go get it, man. It's nothing for us to go get it. We just gotta stop being in our own ways and go and get it. And I think that's the message that Nips was trying to say, Tech Nine, and that us as a people, we got to get our own fucking way and just go get it.
Yeah, man, it's definitely important. It's definitely an integral part of how we're gonna go ahead and move forward, though, man. It's following those principles. So, all right, Brother Jai, man, what are your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, man, it's a hustler's anthem, you know. Motivation, just doing it banging, man. God, banging for sure. But yeah, that's what it is. I mean, that's the vibe I get, man. Listen to that joint, I'm ready to go get it. That's it.
And that's all right, though, man. Right there, though, man. I know. All right, just Chuck, man, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, man. I didn't catch the Tech Nine joint, but I did watch the Nipsey Hussle joint, man, and that shit was powerful, man. Just some of the connections he made you know, and meeting Jay-Z and how Puff Daddy recommended some shit for his album and whatnot. Like that shit, that shit was good, man. But what really caught my attention was the fact that when he said he stopped smoking and stopped drinking, and Angelique asked him, "Is it smoking thing is permanent?" He said, "Oh, no, I don't know if it's permanent, but you know, it is what it is right now." You know, he said since he's done that, you know, he's been able to think more clear, and he was just spitting some real shit, man. You know, I don't know, that shit was just. That's a good interview, man. You know, a lot of people will probably not look at that interview as inspirational, but you know, that shit was definitely inspirational. Especially, man, he's smart as fuck. Like you just like when he started breaking down of his strategy for when he was signed to when his album was going to be released. Like he was kind of strategic and not really putting that shit out there. And then just the steps he took up leading until the announcement of the album. Like, yo, that shit was dope.
So I think it's Eritrean.
Oh, Eritrean. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did y'all see Did y'all see the video where Gary Vee was in the studio with him and Gary Vee was interviewing him in the studio?
I saw it. I ain't see the whole thing, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. If
I find Gary Vee was interviewing Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah. Gary Vee interviewed Nipsey Hussle.
A lot of them boys be
is that where that colonizer is getting his ideas from?
You called him a colonizer. You called him a colonizer.
I'm fucking with you, Gary Vee. Man, he has some dope ideas. I'm just fucking with him.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pete. What you saying?
Nah, I was just saying. I noticed Jay-Z is in a few rappers' ears. I saw him with Jeezy. He did an interview with Jeezy and somebody else, Big Crit. I'm like, I just noticed him. So that colonizer joke was right on time, but it's cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this, and my logic or my thing could completely wrong, but I feel like sometimes he tries to identify with a certain particular lifestyle.
Yes,
Black struggle.
I agree.
Yeah, because he.
Just say it. That's why I said what I said, though. Let's keep it real, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad you pointed that out, Pete. What I was doing, though, because
you know, and
a little too high.
Yeah, like, bro, just chill. Like, you're not us. Like, I mean, yeah, you may have went through I forgot where he's from. Yeah, your father may have been tough for this X, Y, and Z, but at the end of the day, bro, your skin tone is white, bro. I mean, we standing in the line, and they're gonna look at us and look at you, and they're gonna shoot us first before they shoot you. You know? So, but again, I'm not taking anything. I'm not taking anything away from Gary Vee. You know, he's definitely a powerful dude, man. But I just feel like sometimes he tries to identify with black people a little too much.
He's capitalizing. He's really learning from us. Shout out to people like Slim Thug. Shout out to him.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to someone like Chamillionaire, who's also being a venture capitalist. And learning different ways, though, man. So shout out to all these brothers who are learning stuff, though, man.
But you know, it's crazy.
A lot of stuff that he teaches, we have people that look like us that can teach us as well.
Amir,
real quick. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just had to say this. I just got finished watching this documentary, and Rhyme Fest is on it. Shout out to Rhyme Fest. I don't know if y'all remember them, but
dude, the ghostwriter for Kanye, right?
Yeah, right. This man got a Grammy. Like he's still kind of living in the hood. He's like an alderman, man. He like doing his politics thing, but he really in the grassroots shit. Like him and his wife got a school out there for young cats to come in. Like he was conversating with the young cats, working on music. Like that shit is dope, man. Like those are people that need to get props, man. Those are people that's really trying to do it. Big shout out to Rhyme Fest, yo.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna ask this question on another show though, but I'm gonna just put it out there in the atmosphere. Are there people that we should be leery to go against, not knowing what they're doing to the background? Because like Kanye West is probably giving them money to fund that.
That's good.
Jay-Z is giving money to other people though, so it's like we do be quick to see somebody doing some fuck shit, but not know what they're even though it's not what you should do, what their intention is. So I just something that's just put out there in the atmosphere just to think about. All right, man.
before we get into this, I was gonna talk about this simp ass all-star Steve Wilkos.
Fuck out of here. You good?
Man,
I know. Yeah, I know you. I know that some black women some black women love Steve Wilkos. They think he's a superhero.
Those are the ones you stay away from.
Huh?
Those are the ones you stay away from. Nah.
But I'm gonna ask you a sports question, Majai. I know you're gonna be in on this one, man. Is with the recent success of the Wizards, do you think that John Wall's gonna be with the Wizards next season, y'all?
I hope not.
Oh, where do you want him to go?
Come to the Heat, my nigga. Come to the Heat.
Yo. He is a lot. You think they're gonna trade him to the division?
Nah, I don't know what's happening. That's just me wishful thinking, man. He probably gonna end up staying there another year. He would look nice in the Heat uniform, man. We got it. We need a good guy.
He actually would be pretty damn decent in goddamn New Orleans, bro. If they keep
He would.
All Kentucky.
Kentucky Bedrooms. Kentucky Part 2.
What you think, Majai?
I think he might. I think he did another year.
Okay. They balling with
what's his contract looking like? I'm not familiar with his contract. How many years does he have left?
Wasn't it like 4 or 5? Like he had 100 signed. Like it was up there.
I mean, it's only been like year 1 or year 2 into his contract, but the team that ain't been fucking with him, and they winning.
Mm-hmm.
Team don't fuck with him.
Yeah, him and Bradley Beal chemistry never took off, and they don't fuck with each other really. Like, yeah, so one of them.
Bradley Beal think he should be the man. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah, Bill's younger. They might fuck with Bill. If they send, I mean, the thing is about the NBA.
They gave Bill a nice contract first before they gave one to Wall.
Yeah, they might. If they had to pick, they might go Bill. Unless Wall goes to a contender, it almost doesn't matter. Though. That's the thing. Like, I mean, whatever team he goes to, unless it's one of the top 2 teams or 3 teams, it's like, what kind of impact is he really gonna have? Is he gonna push? Who's he gonna push over the top? That's the question. You know, OKC's not going there. They got Westbrook.
Yeah, Wall should go to Toronto, yo. But Kyle Lowry done. Him and DeRozan
great move. Him and DeRozan, dude.
Yeah. Him and
what if he went to Milwaukee?
They got Bledsoe in Milwaukee. They got Bledsoe. But does that put them in the elite class? Wall and Giannis? Who else do they have? Parker? I don't know about him.
Parker, nah. They said.
Wall and
who? Giannis. He's talking about Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. Right there, Wall and him? Oh, yeah, that's nice, son.
I don't think they got enough.
It depends on what LeBron does.
Well, you know what LeBron is going to do.
If I'm Washington, I wait to see what LeBron does. If LeBron goes to the West, then it's over. But if LeBron goes to the West, then it's time. Yeah, make the move. But LeBron stay in the East, and okay.
Who can you see? I can't see LeBron going to the West because they said Houston doesn't have the money to sign him.
It's only Houston. I watched Houston last night, man, and it's only Houston, bro. That's
Houston is nice, but
when they want the ball, the way they can shoot, his ability to pass, it's only Houston. And you can have time off the court without being the primary passer, so it just makes too much sense. That's my team. That's nasty, bro.
Can I throw a curveball out there? Real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on LeBron not going to Philly.
No, I'm not going to sleep on it. But,
I'm just saying, they got the nucleus. Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. You put LeBron in between them 2 niggas. They got a nice, solid little bench.
Ben Simmons got to learn how to shoot, though, bro.
Who?
Ben Simmons got to learn to shoot.
He'll get there, but shit, this man has his...
Is LeBron going to have the patience to wait for him to learn how to shoot?
I'm just saying, man.
I'm not erasing the idea, though.
You put a shooter to the side, you got J.J. Redick over there.
I'm glad you said that, Pete. I'm glad you said that, though, because this goes into the joint about Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
How about them Spurs? Trouble in Spurs land. So
I think you really
Kawhi going to be a Spur next season, y'all think?
Nah. I don't think he wanted to.
Ooh, where could he go? Say it. Go ahead, Pete. Go ahead, say it.
He can go wherever, man.
No, I'm saying, where do you think he could go? What team has some very tradable values on their team?
Houston. Shit, he can go.
He can go. No, they don't trade him in his division. No, we know that.
He can come to LeBron stay in Cleveland, bring his ass to Cleveland.
I like you said that. Keep that same energy, fam. Because
it depends on where LeBron go, man. It depends on LeBron.
If LeBron, listen.
LeBron might fucking come in
If they don't win this year, LeBron. Matter of fact, even if they do win this year, LeBron might be like, you know what? Only way I'll stay is if you give me Kawhi. And they have the pieces to trade. As a Brooklyn pick, got enough young pieces to trade to get Kawhi. They don't have to give up the house. They don't have to sell the house. But there's enough pieces. There's enough pieces there right now that they don't have to trade their veterans to get Kawhi. And they could probably still keep one of those young men, whether it's Jordan Clarkson, whether it's you know what I mean. You can go ahead and keep Larry Nance. You can go ahead and keep Rodney Hood. Probably still keep George Hill. You trade the pick. That's a major pick.
And Brooklyn is good. That's a major key, man.
That's a major key. But it is. It is, man. I don't know. LeBron get Kawhi, man. Man.
Take this pick in J.R. Smith. We even. We good.
Yeah, man. That's gonna be major right there, though. But who knows, man? Because, who knows what Boston's gonna do? They could end up getting DeMarcus Cousins, or LA, or the Thunder. DeMarcus Cousins and the Thunder would be nasty, bro. That'd be nasty. But we gonna see, man. We gonna see, man. It's gonna be a fun playoffs, and it's gonna be a fun free agency class, though, man. But
absolutely.
All right, y'all. Without fucking further ado, man, we have to get into it, man. And I know our brother Jason here has you had a couple of bars. You had a couple joints to spit, right?
Oh yeah, those things. I remember those things.
I know Pete is ready. Folks, I know how these brothers roll, so they ready to go. I'm gonna spit as well. I'm gonna see how these brothers do right here, man, because I know these brothers right here, these motherfucking monsters. So y'all go ahead, man. I flip the coin. Y'all figure it out. Who's going?
Hey, what you trying to do, baby?
Hey, man, look,
Baby, more green, baby. Let's go.
I said the world is yours, right? Yeah. Freedom is needed for the peace of mind. In due time, look towards that space so you have it all the time. Until success and arm reach, you keep working, achieving all you can until God closes the curtain. Mathematic makes a reasonable doubt. My Bible's that I follow, so I'll make my way out. Nipsey Hussle just to take it there. It's like the sparkle fair. But his mind's alone. The goals I need to reach is clear. I've been stagnant, and that's my fault. Because relying on others, that won't fill my vault, and that's real shit. Basically, note to self, but hopefully this reaches others to accumulate wealth. Learning from mistakes, well, that's how it goes. Trusting the process is more than Sean McDermott goes. Listen, embrace it all from the love and the hate, and trust the path that you want, because God determines your fate. Prop, light work.
Well, all right.
This nigga right
like
here,
it.
Man, I keep trying to tell y'all motherfuckers it's not a goddamn game, but y'all don't want to.
Never has it been. Let's take it there.
Are you fucking ready, brother Jay? And the JP Morgan.
Ace is up. Ace of all trades apparel. Foot to next season. The Sellout Collective. Jugular veins don't last around me. Head nods, headshot, team affiliate bleeds. I'm down to make them suffer. Food for thought, cooking so what we having for supper. This kitchen can tell it all. Writing with on my heart of a bowls of Lucky Charms. All of this is bigger than me. Tear up the city like it's Rampage beef, huh? Gargantuan rhymes. Mindset of a scholar, a chef with metaphors. The savage will have my speech walk, Radisson flow. Now if you get it, that's sweet talk. The level we on, the skyscraper high, the redness in Pete's eyes. Show you we don't oblige to anything that's blasting us less to the sky until we meet our demise. That's as imminent to those who don't oblige me to beat like Rodney King, beat cops will stay in line. So now we do it the strong way, ripped out his throat and let some county say it to my face. Charles Manson with the gab,
Killing everybody who interferes with my path. This ain't no looking back. Now who killing rap was supposed to die early because of sickle cell trap. See, my blood is trying to kill me just like I was off the ash. Sitting on the side like Burnsides who this nice Bernie Sanders with the flow. All I spit is pot away. Damn, I chose early that I was willing to risk it. Whip it quick. Well, fuck like my cousin was biz quick. Better up he would give for the fiends to take a big hit at the plate. And then the head will lean back, right up out the park. Night game at tennis, why the moon was so dark. I never found my remorse. Pussy killing and drinking, my karma is dead and gone. So now I put it in songs, hope to resurrect it. I don't think I'm going to make it, but I got to strive for greatness. I got horse to feed, I got to feed. My niggas are dual for the team. My kings are spitting mean. Cheers to more green.
Ooh. Listen, man, this here diction. It's not fact, it's fact, not fiction. Fuck y'all being suspicious, nigga. Y'all niggas seem suspicious, especially niggas out here calling a grown man delicious. Shout out to Cedric. Especially when I come with the shit, though. We go ahead, though. We build the blocks like Tetris. Motherfuckers go ahead, though. Hard to mention. I'll put y'all in the fucking cold room like the ice room that we had at detention when I was at Ken High. Get high. Go ahead, though. You can't go ahead, though, and defy I. Especially when I spit, though. I go high. Yo, Wakanda. Y'all try to stop me, nigga. I'm like the soldiers in Rwanda. When I go ahead, though, I spit like I'm from Ghana. Yes, I am, though. Sierra Leone, leave me alone. When I come in the shit, don't spit these words on this fucking phone, nigga. Go ahead, though. Respect my tone. Respect my goddamn melanin. You can't go ahead and you can't stop him, though, especially when he go ahead and spit this shit, though. I'm not a felon, though, even though he try to make me so. You know, though, that we got this. Go ahead and spit that shit, though. That's not monotonous. Go ahead, though. I spit the shit properly. When it's go ahead, though, you can't not monopoly me. You cannot break me down, though. You can't have me that conglomerate. Yo, stop the shit. Especially when I hit the shit properly, though, I'm about to go ahead and, though, start bobbing shit. These motherfuckers got to go ahead and follow it. No, nigga, if you can't get with this shit, understand it's real. And I spit that for real. Now do that deal. Let's go ahead, though, man. Shit, man, we go ahead and get that winner that's right on the wheel. Freestyle.
Go ahead, Levi.
Okay.
God call that man Levi. You hear that pocket? Go ahead, Levi.
It's freestyle. Listen, I know I messed up a little bit. Though, but I'm freestyling. Trying to get that pocket.
Thank you, there.
Listen, Pete.
Yeah. Do what we do.
You got a freestyle?
I got a freestyle.
You got a freestyle? Can I go ahead and hit a beat and you freestyle?
Freestyle. Style free.
Come on, man. Come on, Pete. Spill it. Go ahead, freestyle.
Where the beat at?
Listen.
Yeah, here we go. Mic check, 1, 2, here we go. It's been a while that I freestyle flow. I understand how the mind go, yo. This how I spit it, I do it like king. What kinds of niggas, and this is how we bring freedom, fighting freedom. This how we get down, freedom leaders. We all leaders and kings and kings. Understand how we spit it, so damn mean. Quick with the steam and grits and gravy. All about that fucking payment. Here we go again. All I'm trying to do is win. Sometimes I might sin, but I just want to give it in. I got 2 sons now, and every day I wake up, I thank God for my sons now. Here we go again. Mic check, 1, 2. All we do is win. Never take no L's while I'm lying. We might take 2. Just a smoke 1 to 3. How about you? Yeah. You know? Yeah. Okay.
Wait. I'm not gonna let this nigga coward, man. Cause I'm freestyling too, man. I'm not gonna let this nigga coward. Listen, understand that my first freestyle I ever spit was with this brother Jahi. I call him a Jahi, you know. But when I was in his house and I said, yo, I skipped the first 8 numbers and go straight to the 9. And was in his house and we was just going, man. And this brother right here, you got anything, Majai, man? You know I'm gonna ask you, Majai?
Yep.
Hold on, I was locked out of my phone, man, trying to get this shit off mute.
Yo, Majai.
What up?
You got anything, man?
Yeah. Y'all want to hear me spit, man?
Yes. Yep.
I'm retired, man.
He said I'm
You're not retired, man. You might be retired, but you never lose. You never lose that spirit. I know there's certain shit that inspire you, brother.
Let me see. When it comes to the cipher, I'm a 25 lifer. Usually I'm a writer. Today a spliff and lighter. Now who want to answer? It'll cost you 10 brain cells. Shit that I spit collected like rain wells when it's falling. And this shit might be kind of boring, but I hear my name is calling, and I ain't got shit, bro.
You got it. Y'all heard it, right?
Yeah, all right.
These rappers right here, they know the pocket, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, we edit that shit out. We gonna edit that shit out, man.
We heard that. We heard you, brother. We heard you. We know you got it, man. No, you got it. You got it. Listen. Ain't no hiding it, Majai. Stop bullshitting. You know, Majai like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not. Nah, we're not letting that shit go. This brother right here, I'm trying to let y'all know, man. Like I said about this brother right here, man, is one of the best MCs I've ever heard in my life. And I'm not exaggerating at all. Live, he's right there with y'all too.
All right.
I'm not bullshitting. He knows I'm not bullshitting. That's why he laughing. I hear Majai spit though. I had a nostalgic. I hear Majai spit since 2001, something like 2002. So that shit was that. That's that. Thank you, Majai.
Yeah.
He said y'all want to hear me spit, huh?
That's all you get.
Man.
No.
You can't hide who you are. You can't hide who you are, King. But listen,
I think I got another one in me.
Your last name is Sultan. We know what Sultan means.
I got another one in me. Fuck it.
Huh?
So I got another one.
Go ahead.
Fuck it. Pockets watch glitch like a gang on the jukes. Rest in peace, Prodigy, but ain't no one shook. Shouts to Amir, cause it's just one thief. Can receive burn pockets, no Wiz Khalifa. This shit will kill you. Rest in peace, the Browder. Hand on the gauge. Smoke white as powder. Smoke white as Tommy. Who got the power? Flipped every hour. Not a world is ours. Learn straight from Nas, now I am God, son of a king, father of a goddess, game tight as always, managerial pole. Now I black out like a Howard homecoming. No ducking this one, goose for the gander, but who can pick one? Who can shoot first? Who can die last? Come and test me, nigga, sickle sells my ass.
Cheers to J.P. Morgan. It goes down, man. It goes down. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Listen, man. Before I go ahead and close it out, my closing words, I just got to say this. God loves y'all, but he tolerates y'all, though, and I appreciate you, Majai, Brother Jahi. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say that sarcastically, though, but you know I call you Majai, though, so that's why I say it like that, though, man. But it's all love, man. I appreciate you being on the show. Brother Jason, appreciate you, man. My, you know what I'm saying, though.
Right,
podcasters though, man, with my boy Chuck, boy Pete, and you know what I'm saying. Let's do the damn thing. Let's go. Go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the Black Panther yet, go see that. Regardless of what color your skin hue is, make sure you go see the Black Panther. The movie's definitely powerful. I'm definitely going to see it again. I think there's a lot of lessons that I'm pretty sure we'll cover on a future episode that we can we'll unpack further, because there's a lot of shit, man. A lot of spiritual shit in there. A lot of shit about community, relationships, loyalty to a certain cause. When the general told her boyfriend that she would kill him she would kill him over the preservation of Wakanda. So that shit was deep, man. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's it for me, man. So go check the movie out, Black Panther.
Yo, good shit.